Welcome to the Sex, Money, and Real Estate Podcast, the show for real estate couples about how to close more deals in the bedroom. My name is Nancy Jameson.
And I'm Bill Jameson.
And each week we deep dive into juicy, intentional, sexy conversations, sharing with you what it takes to create balance in your intimate relationships and your real estate business. Thank you so much for being here.
Que pasa, baby?
Hi, baby.
Sup, baby cakes.
Thank you. How are you feeling today?
I'm a little sore.
Okay.
I'm a little sore.
What are you sore from?
I'm just sore. No, my mouth is a little sore.
Yeah, it's been an interesting week.
It has been busy.
That is for sure.
I mean, yes, I've done a lot of talking, but I don't think that's what it's sore from. But my magic is around that, so we'll get there in a second.
Okay, cool.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. Thank you.
What makes you great?
Well, we'll get into that magic in a little bit.
Awesome. Cool. All right. Well, I am Bill Jameson.
And I am Nancy Jameson.
And this is Sex, Money,
and Real Estate.
Woo!
Yes, awesome. So if you are in the place to discover how to create juicy, intimate relationships with all things sex, money, and real estate related, you're in the proper place. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We appreciate your time and the energy that you dedicate to us. And we just really appreciate the honoring and the respect and the reviews and the beautiful support that we give you, or excuse me, that you give us, and in return, we it's our commitment to keep giving and giving and giving to you too. So
awesome.
Thank you for being here.
Are you thanking me? I'm thanking them.
I'm thanking everybody.
Awesome.
Everybody.
Awesome. Cool. Awesome. So we jump into these episodes and we talk about magic. And that is your ability to influence self, others, or life, or all three at the same time.
And life, yes.
in an empowering way. And so, the thing about magic is that once you start to recognize it, more of it appears. And the simple recognition, it could be, that your PPP loan came through, and that could feel like something great. But it could also be, that the seeds that you planted for your garden are starting to sprout. It's all magic.
Mm-hmm.
Everything in between. It's just, and again, it's just identifying what it is in your life that feels magical to you so that you can continue to recognize it and create more of it.
Awesome. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So what's your magic that you wanted to share today?
That I've been watering my gums. Okay.
Sounds weird.
I know it does sound a little weird, but I haven't really been growing new teeth. But I am the recipient of some implants. So we talked about I had a couple implants on one side of my mouth a few months ago, and getting those implants done, and now I had another tooth over on the other side that needed to be removed and implanted. And I had that this week. And so I've been a little sore. I've been on those giant ibuprofen tabs that the dentist gives you, or I guess the doctor gives you. And those have been helpful. But I find, like I was showing houses really yesterday and today, and I noticed that the more that I talked, the more that my jaw was getting tired.
Yeah, sure.
So glad to be home this afternoon and hanging out with you, and the ability to rest for a little bit and relax my jaw a little bit.
Yep.
And here I am flapping my jaw again a little bit more.
Awesome.
Yeah,
Very
it is
cool.
awesome. I'm excited.
Yeah, beautiful. So my magic is all around you as well. Just really, I mean, it's us. So it's your ability to heal and how quickly you heal. And then it's around us and our schedule and our ability to flex and flow with the schedule and just really be joyous in the whole thing of it. I mean, we obviously are in business for ourselves, and we have created that intentionally so that we can flex and flow with all circumstances of life. And so this week was definitely one of those weeks where we got to experience what that feels like. And so just to joyously flow through all of that this week with all of the spring real estate market happening and, all the coaching and all the podcast, like all of the things are still happening, yet I just appreciate the ability to influence our schedule to really best support you and your healing.
Yes. Thank you.
It was awesome.
It is awesome. It's all awesome. So, what are we talking about this week? Do we have an idea?
Yeah, I think we have an idea. Yeah, absolutely. It's so interesting with all of the conversations around PPP and SBA and EIDL loans and the president extending the PUA funds, which are now another set of initials, and then obviously the stimulus check. So there's lots of money flowing around. And so we definitely thought and feel that it's time for a money episode. So in this episode, we're sharing with you how to discover what your limiting beliefs are around money. And then we want to share with you really the most common limiting beliefs that we found, and then what thoughts you can replace them with.
Yeah,
So,
I love that.
yes.
Cool.
Yeah. So stay tuned to the end because it's definitely beneficial. And this is coming from experience. This is coming from, what we used on a daily, on the hourly, really, as we were moving out of the bankruptcy. And then we continue to use these affirmations and these mindset practices for us personally, whether it's with us or the children or our coaching clients or our real estate clients or friends or whatever. So they're very powerful. And, we just wanted to share them with you.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. And it's definitely a pattern. It's been a pattern for us, some of these limiting beliefs. And we've noticed that some of the things we're going to talk about have been patterns in others, as we have coached or,
yes,
gone through having these conversations or, done our studies around money. It's so it's interesting for sure.
Yeah. Reading our books and stuff.
Right.
Patterns. They're just patterns.
Right. So if we think about money as, money is, we can think about money as a relationship. Right.
100% it's a relationship. And I think that in and of itself is adding new context to money. How many people really feel like they're in relationship or in a relationship with money, just like they are with, their partner, husband, spouse, friend, sister, brother, all of that. Like money is a powerful relationship.
Yeah. And as with all relationships, there is more maturity in, some relationships than there are in others. Right. So, you could have, a very high maturity to money in that relationship, and it can be very low. But it's definitely one of those polarizing topics where a lot of times when people aren't talking about these things, or you're not having these conversations yourself, or maybe your parents didn't have those conversations with you, you could be kind of a disempowering conversation for you. It could be polarizing to the point where it's like you don't even want to talk about it, and that's where some of this stuff comes from.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's important from time to time to stop and reflect, and and just kind of check on what might be holding us back from experiencing financial abundance.
Yes. Yeah.
So what have you heard? I know you've heard something through the grapevine.
Well, it's just, I think it's important to start with what exactly a limiting belief is.
Okay.
Because, I feel like limiting belief is one of those things that gets that like term, that phrase gets tossed around a lot.
Okay.
So what is a limiting belief? So how we define a belief is nothing more than a thought you keep thinking. So if you think about this thought over and over and over again, obviously, eventually it's going to become a belief. And so with the thoughts being in the driver's seat, they all your thoughts shape your attitude or your state and essentially predict your behavior. So your daily thoughts play the biggest role in how you feel and what you do, and then it translates into your beingness or your state of being. So if we think of the map of materialization, it goes from belief to result, and it's very fascinating. It's very telling. So it goes from belief to thought to behavior to creating the action as a result of the behavior, and then literally the result. So belief to result. And so when you believe something, that paradigm runs subconsciously, and then
The paradigm is the belief.
Yeah. So when you right, so then that you believe that over and over again, so that becomes the paradigm that runs subconsciously, and you really don't need to think about that belief for it to maintain that position in your mind where it's truth, and all of this is happening under the under the surface, under the radar, whether it's a powerful thought, a positive thought, or a negative thought, regardless of which way it's going. So the limiting belief, therefore, is limiting. So if you can have a powerful belief that's abundant and resourceful and powerful, or you can have the limiting belief that subtracts from you. So the limiting beliefs that you have about yourself, and your capabilities naturally create the limiting results back into your life. So back up to the map, if we go belief, thought, behavior, action, result, you're thinking this limiting to belief. You're thinking the limiting belief, the natural result is limiting.
Right.
Or you feel, there's some type of limitation on you. And so all that to say is that you cannot have greater output without greater input. So if you're inputting into your code that you're frustrated, or that you're broke, or you can't do it, or you can't release the weight, or you're not going to get the promotion, then what the result of that is not going to be greater than the thoughts that you're putting in your mind. Because back to you're watering the seed, you have to water the great and powerful and beautiful thoughts. So that's why we're talking about this, because the limiting belief is not necessarily true. It's just that you've thought it so much that you've repeated that pattern over and over and over again. You're actually now seeing the evidence of the thought in the result.
So it's actually your perspective at this point.
Yeah, or that paradigm.
Paradigm, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Cool. So, I guess the question is, how do you expose your own limiting beliefs about money?
Well, and we were talking about this, and this is pretty. It's really very straightforward. So you can take this through any topic. We're happen to be talking about money right now in this episode, so you can find them out all by yourself. We just really say you ask yourself these two questions, or fill in the blanks, I guess.
Okay.
So number one is, I'm not financially free because, and then let your brain answer, like fill in the thought, fill in the blank,
Okay.
And so you could take this as a journaling thought, or a journaling practice, and just write down some of those thoughts.
So, for example, somebody might write in there like, I'm not financially free because I don't work enough.
Mm-hmm.
Or I'm not financially free because I don't make enough money,
Mm-hmm.
or I don't know how to save, or something like that.
Yeah, and if we take that this sentence down to one of the common beliefs, like one of the first common belief that we wrote down is money is the root of all evil. So it's like, I'm not financially free because money is the root of all evil.
Mm-hmm. I see.
Or I'd love to have more money. This is number two. These are the fill in the blank things, how you can discover your own limiting beliefs. But I'd love to have more money, but money is the root of all evil. Or I don't make enough money. Or, just again, it's however you feel, whatever comes up for you, and fill in the blanks.
Got it.
So, and of course you can change this around a little bit. Maybe this sentence doesn't exactly add up to fit your needs, but this is what we found in terms of, very quick assessment of whatever your belief around money is. So
I'd love to have more money, but, and then that would be a fill in the blank as well.
Mm-hmm.
So what would your example be for that?
We'll just say money is the root of all evil.
Okay.
I'd love to have more money, but I don't have enough time. I'd love to have more money, but I'm not smart with money.
Gotcha. Cool. All right. So then some common limiting beliefs about money and supporting beliefs to shift your mindset.
Mm-hmm.
So the question is, like, do any of these really resonate with you? We've talked about like money is the root of all evil. And if you haven't mastered this area in your life yet, think, that money is something that's bad or evil. There may be some some work to recontextualize that.
And for this one, I would definitely recommend as we go through a couple of these to take notes if something resonates with you, or if you want to use those 2 sentences that we just talked about to fill in the blanks there. And maybe, again, these are going to resonate with you and you can rescript them live with us right here. Yet back to money is the root of all evil. So maybe you've had really crappy experiences with wealthy people, and that's what created the limiting belief in the first place, that essentially that based on being wealthy, this is how everybody's going to come. So it's like a self-sabotage right there.
Got it. Money was created as an exchange medium for the value of traded goods.
Yeah, it's just an expression of value.
So like if you have a lot of money, that means that you have created a lot of value. I guess it could be if you've created a lot of money for yourself, it could be an indicator that you've created value for yourself.
Yeah, and then value for others. And then again, it's your responsibility to make the best out of what it is that you created. Like, how are you going to direct that money? And that is part of the conversation of your relationship with money.
Gotcha. It's your responsibility to make the best out of it. Got it.
So so money is the root of all evil. Okay. So replace it with this supporting belief.
Okay.
Money is the root of all things awesome.
That's amazing. I was going to say that's awesome, but it is amazing and awesome.
Yeah. And then, so that one comes from Jen Sincero's book, You're a Badass at Making Money, which is this neon green book. If Jen Sincero is definitely one of our authors, and she's in our book list, or on our book list for the best foundational books that we go to on a regular basis. So check that one out. It's awesome. Like that is the best. Yeah, of course. Money's the root of all things awesome.
Yeah. And, check out the book because it's very approachable, easy to read. It's not like, it's not reading, I don't know. It's just not dry. She's very funny.
Yeah, she's
the
very
opposite.
funny.
It's opposite of dry. She's hysterical. It's written in a very approachable way that just about anybody can start relating to themselves and money in a different way. And and you can laugh and learn something at the same time. Money is the root of all things awesome. Love it.
All right, so here's the next one that comes up a lot. Money's not that important. It's only money. Ooh. You ever heard that before?
Yeah. I mean, evidently you don't take money seriously enough.
Yeah, it's definitely not a priority.
Right.
For whomever says that.
Right.
And part of that could be denial as well, Yeah,
I mean, it's about that relationship to it. And are you going to be a partner in life with money or on the opposite ends of life with money?
Yeah. And if you're in relationship, just like you're in relationship with your partner, your relationship with money is a priority.
Right. So you treat it with respect. You treat it as a priority.
Yep. And you give it the time it deserves. And as a result, money will respect you. And then money is going to come around and money's going to, stay attracted to you, just like your partner.
As a byproduct. Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. So if you say money is not that important, it's only money, what would be was the supporting belief that you can replace that with?
Money is one of my priorities in life.
Awesome. Because we all have a lot of priorities or different priorities.
Yeah. Your health is a priority.
Right?
Your family's a priority. Church is a priority for some folks. Business obviously is a priority. So money is one of my priorities in life.
Absolutely. Cool.
You're a priority.
Thank you.
Your blue eyes are a priority.
Thank you. I just looked up and saw you talking to me. That was great. Thank you. How about I'm just not good with money?
Yeah, that comes up a lot. I'm just not good with money. I'm just not good with numbers. I'm just not good at math. I'm just not good at ... Yeah. So, but back to money.
It just suggests that maybe you can't learn new things if you're not good with money, quote unquote, or you haven't practiced with it. And you may not be. There's gifts and there's talents, right? And you may not have, that gift. That doesn't mean you can't be talented with it and learn, to renew the relationship and your talent with moving the money around. So
yeah.
Absolutely.
You're cultivating it. And part of cultivating it is educating yourself. So study money. Spend time with money, spend time in books, spend time with your financial advisor, spend time with somebody who is really great with money. Just sit down with them and ask them questions about money. Hey, how'd you get so great with money?
And there's so many great podcasts out there you can be listening to where you just like start picking stuff up just because you're listening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great.
What's you have a guy on Instagram.
Oh, Jeff Rose.
Jeff Rose.
Yeah, he's awesome. He's in Nashville, Tennessee. He's a financial advisor, and again, back to Jen Sincero, he makes money fun.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Jeff Rose, Jen Sincero, Tony Robbins has that awesome book about money. There's lots of them out there. So Think and Grow Rich, Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, there's a lot of really great books.
Nice.
So
cool.
So to replace that limiting belief of I'm just not good with money, we say
I learn and use knowledge about money every day.
Yep. Easy peasy.
Yep. Do you feel like you do that?
Straightforward.
I learn and use knowledge about money every day.
Oh yeah. I'm in money all the time. Well, now that I have a much broader understanding about it, and now that I feel more comfortable with it, now that I've spent time with it, now that I've prioritized it, yes. I mean, for a while there, I would time block to spend time with money. In fact, it was called Financial Fridays,
Mm-hmm.
Like we had meeting Mondays. Well, Financial Friday, I used to spend 1 to 2 hours. I mean, I had a time block right on my schedule every week to where I would learn about money or move money around or pay the invoices or any of those things. And so, as my education and my knowledge around money has increased, the amount of time that I spend on bills or paying invoices, whether it's for the personal or for the businesses, has decreased because it's just quicker for me. It's not so arduous. It's not so scary. It's not so terrifying. It's not so paralyzing. It's like, oh, okay, cool.
Nice.
So yes, I learn and use I learn and use knowledge about money every day.
So here's another one that definitely comes up a lot, like that's whole scarcity mindset.
Mm-hmm.
Money is it's a limited resource.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's finite. Yeah.
Finite, right.
Yeah, it's not, there's not enough for everybody, which is not accurate.
Yeah, I mean, it plays into the scarcity mindset where you would think there's not enough for everybody, including you, right? Whereas the abundance mindset states that there's plenty for everyone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, that abundance mindset is huge, whether it's money or your business or what. I mean, it's just, we've talked about abundance mindset so many times on this podcast, whether it's, grains of sand along the beach or stars in the sky or the blades of grass in the yard. There's such an abundance of everything.
Everything. Yeah. And then we do a deep dive in scarcity mindset and abundance mindset in a previous podcast. So go scroll back through the episodes and join the deep dive with us because it's really great.
So what would you replace it with the supporting belief for money is a limited resource?
There is an abundance of money to create financial abundance.
All right.
Well, it's like a double entendre.
I almost feel like some of these, and maybe we'll just reread these at the end. But these could be like affirmations you could put up on your mirror or
sure,
or something like that. Maybe we'll put them in. We can put them in the show notes or something.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep.
Awesome. How about you have to work hard to get wealthy?
Yeah. So this was a biggie for me. I mean, like this is the one that I heard most when I was growing up from my parents. And so this one I have spent a lot of work on rescripting. And so basically, it's not, you don't become wealthy by working hard. You become wealthy by giving value and creating value, by following your passions, by being convicted to your purpose. And again, taking time to understand how you create the real and lasting value for others and for yourself.
Coming from contribution.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then by being convicted, by being passionate, by creating value, you are then offering it for an appropriate price. And so whatever that price may be, and price then never becomes an objection at that point.
Right.
So And it's true. It's true whether you're a business owner, self-employed, or employed. And we've tested that out because we've, before real estate, we were both in corporate, and it's, it's really an interesting one. You don't have to work hard to get rich or work hard to get wealthy or any of that.
Right. Or feel sustained or whatever. So so we're supported by money.
Yeah. It's like a distinct, like it's not possible. Like it's really what you're saying. Like there's no way that this is possible.
Right.
And so
I've exhausted all the possibilities. There's nothing else for me to do. All that kind of stuff. So that was, you have to work too hard to get wealthy. And so I would replace that with, it's possible to do what you love and get super wealthy doing it.
Yeah. Not wealthy. We want to be super wealthy.
Right. Uber wealthy.
Uber wealthy.
How about it's selfish to want a lot of money? I think that comes up too. And then, self-worth and all that. But
Yep. Well, again, money is the representation of value that you have created for other people. So when you create value for others and you use your money to help others or reinvest in their services or reinvest in the podcast, like we utilize your funds and your contributions to reinvest into the podcast, and we're adding more value to us, and we're adding more value to the business, and we're adding more value to you. So money funds the perfect life. So it's just this beautiful current of energy, and it's currency. So it is
currency, isn't it? Like AC or DC or, electricity or anything else. It's currency. It does ebb and it flows, and there is current to it, and there's currency to be present with it as well. Yeah. Current.
Yep. Absolutely. Yeah. Current. You got to be present.
Yes. So
in the now.
Yes. So it's selfish to want a lot of money. I would replace that with, the money I earn is showing the value I created for others. Yeah.
Awesome.
Beautiful. Anything else you want to, any other beliefs that you want to refer to?
I think, those are, like I said, those are the most common ones that we had talked about. I am interested in hearing what y'all, what came up for you as you were listening to these, or if there were other ones that came up, and certainly drop a comment. Either it's on Instagram or in the Facebook group. And of course, you can email us as well. And just let us know. Let us know what came up for you.
Awesome. Well, you know what came up for me?
What?
This was just a great reminder to love, respect, and stay current with money. So thank you for that.
Yeah, totally. That was fun. It was really good. Yes.
Awesome. Well, good luck. We're going to wish you all the abundance with your financial future. And again, like Nancy said, if you want to drop a comment, cool. If you guys are loving the podcast, that 5-star review would be amazing on Apple Podcasts.
Yes. Or wherever you listen to your podcast.
Right.
We appreciate it. So thank you in advance.
Yes. Yes. We appreciate your abundance of 5-star reviews. So we'll talk to you guys again next week. Peace and love goes out.
Yes. Thank you so much. Bye. Wow, what a show. Thank you so much for listening. If you're inspired, we ask that you share the podcast with one person and subscribe and follow our show. I'm Nancy Jameson.
And I'm Bill Jameson.
And remember, it's a great life.
Woo!
Quick note about the Sex, Money, and Real Estate podcast. We are not doctors or licensed therapists. We are a joyous, abundant, and mature couple passionately sharing our story of growth around sex, money, and real estate. Our thoughts, opinions, and beliefs are our own, so please consult your doctor, healthcare provider, or your broker regarding any questions or issues you have related to your physical or mental health or specific state laws regarding your real estate business.